interesting features and of the viewer interface. And it's called Did You Know? So these are some things that you may be unaware of. So let's dive right into some of the topics. We're going to look at some different ways to search for the different views that you have within your environment. Basically searching for different things within the view. Whenever you're doing a filter, there are different methods and different ways for searching. We'll take a look at those. Different features and ways to customize the view, and we'll obviously take a look at some of those as well. And then we also have some different user display options that we can take a look at so that you can control the look and feel of your view. So those are some of the things that we'll be looking at today, and we'll take some questions at the end of the session. So searching for that view, how do you find your view? So basically in 7.3, there's actually a new area within the interface where you can, it's right there on the top of the interface. As a matter of fact, I'll show you in the demo. You can actually just type in any keyword that the view name might contain and press enter, or you can click on the little magnifying glass there, and it will bring a list of all the views that have that keyword in it. So it's actually a really quick and easy way to jump right into the view list menu based on the keyword that you type in there, and real quick and easy way to find that view. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Once you're in that view menu, you can also look for views within the view menu itself. So this will obviously take you into, if you just access the view menu via just the link for view menu, you could look for views here as well. So while you're in the view menu, you can, as you can see in the upper right hand corner, you can look for all views, active or inactive views, or you can even look for the owner based on the owner's name. So there's different ways that you can look for views within this menu and pare down or find that view that you can't seem to find. Here we can see that additionally within the view menu, you can click on the filter icon, and you can see that that will open up a way to look for a view's owner. Maybe there's a view that you know of that you're looking for. Maybe you don't know the name of it, but you know who created it. This is a good way to find that view based on that criteria. And as you can see, you can choose the different types of views that you're looking for. If it's a view, and again, this is strictly for view administrators in this particular view menu. So this would allow you to find view, personal, shared, or global views by the owner and identify those. Maybe you've had someone that has left the company and you want to see what views that they've created. This would be a great way to do that. When you're in that, again, within that view menu, if you do find the view, you can very quickly run that view from the view menu. As you can see, there's a button there called Run in a New Tab, and that's available in some of the more recent versions, where once you find that view, you can go ahead and highlight the view, click on that button, and it will then run the view. You can also do that from the view menu on the left-hand side. So you can right-click the view name that you want to run and run in a new tab. So those are different ways that you can run the view once it's found. Another thing to look out for here for the latest version is the actual view menu on the left frame has been changed. There's been some enhancements added so that it's more focused and actually a bit customizable. You can access and manage your favorites. You can drag and drop them around as needed. There's a recent tab as well for all the views that you run historically, and that keeps a running tally of all the views that you've run. And if I click on all, that's basically as you have it today, and it just gives you all the views within their view groups. So we'll take a look at that enhancement. If you're not on version 7.3, obviously you won't be able to benefit from this, but you could certainly upgrade to 7.3 as needed. Okay, so that's kind of views, looking for a view. Now we're going to kind of look, once we get into view, how do we search for things? And so here, normally we would search for things by using filtering. And a great way to do that is to use the filter manager. So that's up in the, as you can see in the view menu, it's the funnel looking icon. It's actually illuminated if it's if the view has any filters within that are already defined. By clicking on that, it's a great way to manage the existing filters or add new ones. So by getting into that menu, as you can see, I can actually go in and search for things in more of an advanced fashion. As you can see, if I want to search for the keyword of Apple in my long description, I can do so by selecting and typing in Apple and then selecting the search by criteria to my long description. And I can also select the criteria. Does it start with, or does it contain? You can control all of that based on what you're looking for, right? And then down, as you can see, it brings back all the ones that meet that criteria, and then I can select which ones I actually want to include in my definition for a filter. So I just move those down. Once I'm done, I click OK, and I've searched for things here, haven't I? I've searched for an Apple items, and I was able to find them and define a filter. I can also search for things by pasting values in. In this example, I'm actually pasting in item numbers, a list of item numbers that might come from, well, anything. It could come from an Excel spreadsheet, it could come from a screenshot, or a copy from your ERP screens. It can come from your item master screen. So, all the different ways that you can get these items and quickly paste them in to define your filter. And it will actually define and search for those items, make sure that they exist. And then you can go ahead and click OK to finish out your filter. We'll actually take a look at that. I'll perform one of those while we're taking a look at that in the demo. Another way to customize the view is to use your View Explorer. The View Explorer, you can access the View Explorer from the File menu, and it can be, that's a great way to use, to go in and customize certain things, such as this example, which is changing our display text. So for your different dimension levels, you might want to just display the actual description instead of the actual division code. So if I go into my View Explorer, I can then highlight or expand the level that I want to change, and then I can right click and select properties, and then down on the bottom I can see my display text toggle, and I can just click on that and then select my long description. And then when I run the view, it runs the view and it shows my description as the division instead of the code, the division code. So it cleans it up quite a bit. If the users don't care to see the codes, this is a great way to do that. It also lends itself nicely to charting and graphing so that the actual names show up in the chart and the graph. So display text properties don't, there's a different way to actually drive how the dimension looks, and you can do that by using the display text properties for that dimension. You could also, and this is fairly new, you can use the fill color for any column. So in this instance, I'm looking at my properties for my budget within a view. If I right click that column and select properties, I can then go into my fill color and click on that and select a color that I want to fill that column with. This is a great way to highlight a column, separate it out from the view, maybe draw attention to it, so that you're kind of separating it and giving it a different look and feel so that users, you know, their eyes are drawn to it. So this is a great way to do that. So use the fill coloring for any one of your columns. You can do separate colors. You might want to stick to more of a pastel so that the numbers can be seen. But yeah, you can do this with any column within the view. Another great way to drive how the view looks and give it more of a personal feel for your own view. You can go into display options, user display options. And this is a great way to turn on features that you may have not known existed, such as row and column locking. Maybe you have a view that yields thousands of rows, and you want to expand it and you know, return all of your rows. Well, you can lock your column headers so that you can scroll freely through those thousands of rows and know where you're at in terms of your data. This is how you would turn that feature on. Do you even want to use paging? Yes, you can actually turn that feature off completely if you wanted to. Beware of that, of course, as you drill to larger dimensions. You know, this could cause it to run longer. You can also override the default page size, so you can pick and choose what you think, how many rows by default it will return and how many columns. So that's kind of cool. Another thing is I can show toggle on and off the data grid. I can also turn on planning here if I wanted to use my write back capabilities. I can change my presentation format from viewer to Excel if I wanted to. So each time I run this view, it automatically downloads to an Excel spreadsheet. And I can change, if I'm using this as an export type view, I can change it to either export report to keep my formats, or to Excel report. So that will actually keep all the formatting that I have within the view. And if I select Excel data, that doesn't. It just gives me a raw file within Excel. No formats, nothing. It's just the raw data, and that's a lot faster. So if you're downloading a lot of data, like thousands and thousands of rows, Excel data is very, very quick. And so that's something that you might want to consider. And then down on the bottom are some additional data options, where if I want to toggle on and off my totals, I can show all others in case I'm doing maybe a top 5 or a top 10. Here's how you can turn on your all others. And then your repeat items. So as you drill, it'll show the repeating items. It'll look more like a flat file. So I'll show you some of these different things, how they look and feel, how they change your view. You know, we'll take a look at that. And then on the other tab, as you can see, there's a general tab and then a grid format tab. So within the grid format tab, I can do some additional formatting within my view. And I can change the base and the alternating row color for the view, the total row color, the border color, if I wanted to change the data captions, font, and the size, and the color. I can do all that for the captions and the values themselves. So I can really make this view, I can really customize this quite a bit with some of these additional display items that are available to me. So lots of stuff to use in order to really customize that view, make it yours, really make it available to users, draw attention to certain things within the view. Great ways and tools and tips to do that. I'm Adam Kurtz. You can reach me there at my email address or my phone number. You can reach Sylvan there at our email address and our phone number. There's our website and different ways to contact us, and check us out on YouTube.